Peace, love, Gotti fam, what the fuck is up, man? You know who I am, Gotti, genuinely aware with divine introspection. My baby's sleeping. I ain't gonna be too loud. Uh, but I'm always down. I feel like having a son, right? I just had a son. Having a baby and the times when he does cry, it gives me a lot of time to reflect in that moment, comfort him while I comfort myself. So subscribe. We're going up right now. We're gonna be shooting at a lot of content. Uh, and this is the vibe. Okay, so let's talk fatherhood. What does being a father feel like? Comment if you have any comments on that. If you're a father, comment a thumbs up. You feel me? Shout outs to all the fathers out here. Unfortunately, I didn't grow up with my father. You know what I'm saying? Quick story time. Uh, when I was younger, I was sent off to Barbados, Christchurch, to live with a beautiful lady by the name of Kim, and she took care of me. That was my mom's friend, and she was very mom-like to me. You know what I'm saying? Kim is amazing, still is, still and was amazing. So I was raised down there. I have the pictures and things, and I'll throw that up here to show you. But I was raised in Christchurch, and I was going back and forth to St. Michael's. So I kind of grew up in Barbados. You know, some would say that's where I kind of got my manners from a little bit. My mom had sent me down there because, from my perspective, uh, she couldn't take care of me at the moment. And I know as you get older, you may sense some kind of abandonment, but I didn't feel that much. You know, I learned to flow through all aspects of now. I'm real present. It's weird. But I went down to Barbados, grew up down there. I showed the pictures on the side and lived down there. I came back up here the day of the blackout, '03 or '02, I think. And if he gets up, I'm gonna just stop this and yeah. But I edited it out. But I grew up over there. Then I came up here the day of the blackout, moved to Canarsie, lived on 89th. I used to go to that park, PS 114, a lot. I grew up in Canarsie. And around the time of notable things like Rec Fam, Top Gun, that's when everybody was dancing, like Shata dancing. I also went to Ma 11 High School. Uh, I went there. Uh, yeah, that's around the time everybody was like dancing. They was holding like the school parties and shit like that. Because me, I'm 30, right? So you do the math. But unfortunately, let me not fall off topic. I didn't grow up with a father. You know what I'm saying? I didn't grow up with one. And even when I was living in Barbados, Kim had a guy by the name of Michael. I don't think they're together now, but shout outs to Mike. You know, he didn't really show me what a father figure was. I don't think he really liked me. That was my perspective. You know, I didn't know much as a kid. But I didn't really get an understanding of what fatherhood was. I was taken care of by beautiful, women. You know what I'm saying? My whole life. It's kind of probably naturally why I have a woman myself. I've been with my lady for like 14 years. And, we got a beautiful baby boy now. Talking about him. Just had him last Friday. Very fresh. We're 2 weeks in. And, we just brought him home Monday. So, like, yeah, I didn't really have the fatherhood or the father figure at any of these homes. I came back up to America and I was finding friends in Canarsie. Shout outs to my boy Trey Butter. Uh, but I still never got the idea of fatherhood yet. My uncle used to live with us, but you know what? I could say he was somewhat of a father. He taught me how to be myself. He taught me how to really be me. I learned to like an aspect of traveling. I learned to love entrepreneurship from him. My mom and my uncle worked more so their whole life, but they've always strived to want to travel. My uncle always traveled. My mom traveled. She had her own hair salon. Uh, what is it? Heather's. I forgot what Heather's hair care. I think that's what it was. I forgot what it was, but it was a beautiful shop, and I was able to hang out there. Sidebar: I remember one time I was, you're a kid. I took some gloves and I put them in the microwave because I was under the impression that I needed them to be warm for when I go outside since it was cold. Uh, Brains as a kid. But anywho, so I didn't really have the fatherhood aspect, but my uncle was there. He used to live with us. Taught me a lot about traveling. I used to go to Manhattan with him, things of that. So when you're younger, those little trips, those train rides, they're like everything. You know what I'm saying? Uh, it's crazy. Probably even when I got older, my mom was always like searching for some type of mentorship for me because she was under the impression that I was kind of, every kid has their misbehaviors, but me, I just like to stay home, play games, chill. I remember even ordering porn, like fuck. You know what I'm saying? Telling her I didn't do it. I ordered pay per view, Howard Stern, my version of it, or whatever the fuck I was going on with. But, I had my own issues, and my mother was trying to find me mentorship. And even then, I still didn't, because I'm experiencing fatherhood now. I never experienced this. The subconscious kissing my baby, things of that sort, kissing him to comfort him, uh, just being here, being around. Like my job recently removed me from the site. I do security. They said I wasn't on post. I was making YouTube videos. Hectic. Guiding my lady through aspects of contractions through the phone to FaceTime. And whatever happened, happened. But because I was like, yo, you know what? It's crazy that I'm not on post and I thought I was close to it. But me helping my lady through those moments and talking to her, conversing with her also, I used to always stay back to speak to her. Uh, it brightened where Asani is now. You know what I'm saying? So it's the idea that even though it happened that way, it was for good reason. And plus, I was trying to detach myself from work anyway, or that concept of working, giving up 35 hours to do this and do that. And I'm just at work working on my passions. No matter which way it came, it came. So, fatherhood. What I'm experiencing now, I never had when I was younger. Never. Never. I mean, I went to church. I ended up going to church at a young age too. And I seen how some of the men were there. Uh, Remember Brother Farley, God rest his soul, he used to give me money and shit like that. Uh, Nobody was really talking to me on some like real shit, like they really love me. They used to talk to me like they was trying to guide me, and that was their version of love. And I don't think that's love for me. You know what I'm saying? I think being a part of like my son's life in a way where I'm part of every moment. Those moments where you might want to be on the phone, chilling, and see, it's a difference if I'm holding my son and I've been doing this for a while and he's sleeping and I'm on the phone chilling. But it's the idea that you got a live being, a live life in front of you, giving off vibrations. I want to be a part of every moment. His looks, his personality, the way his eyebrows go up, the way his hands touch his face, and when he sleeps. And it reminds me of me because I sleep that way, or my lady. You know what I'm saying? So to be at this space in my life where I can be a part of those moments, I never felt like I got that from anybody when I was younger. Nah, nah, nah. I really didn't. I really didn't. Then, got older, started learning how to be a man for myself. Uh, I think fatherhood starts with you fathering yourself. So I started to get to learn aspects of that and how to father myself. And that was changing over time. I had a beautiful lady in my. I mean, I still do. I got with my lady, and ever since high school, I've been with her. So it's like, huh? I've also learned how to be a better father in this moment now from how I deal with my lady too. Learning to be more delicate, learning that, as a man, you can cry about things at times because there's certain things that can't be explained through words. Uh, be vulnerable with yourself like I'm being vulnerable with you now. That's me. That's who I am, and that's what my content is going to be about. A lot of vulnerable moments, a lot of moments that I don't see unpacked. You feel me? Like I said, the type of father I am now, the type of man I am now, I've never experienced a version of a man like that growing up. And I wouldn't say it's weird. We all have different fingerprints, so we're definitely unique. But fatherhood to me is very surreal. It's like happening endlessly. I don't think it begins more so when you have a kid. Sometimes we intellectualize the idea of feelings and we literalize things. It's not just about having a kid that makes you a father. It's about the idea of how you raise yourself, raise your vibrations of your woman, your lady. You know what I'm saying? Uh, that's what fatherhood is to me. Being there, smelling the newborn smell, being triggered by that. Then before you know it, I'm creating my clothing, uh, doing different things, and that's putting me in that mind state. Cause I just created a brand called Asani after my son. Let's go deeper. What it stands for, because Asani is A as, and I'm just looking at that now, ASANIE. As soon as ninjas involve enlightenment, things change. So Asani, things change. As soon as ninjas involve enlightenment, things change, and that's what Asani is for me. His name actually stands for wisdom and intellect. So, got the clothing brand out, and what's the foundation behind that idea of me even thinking of ideas for the clothing is me taking care of my son, me loving my lady, me loving my dog. It's not, when I was, yo, bro, I swear it'd be that type of feeling where it'd be like, yo, I gotta grind for my mom. I gotta get mom out the hood. I don't have those feelings. I tried to embody them and I couldn't do it. I think sometimes we get caught up being our lower selves based on our perception of lower beings around us. So I've learned that I'm not them, I'm not that, I'm this. It's okay to be positive. It's okay to be optimistic. It's okay to not have an answer for everything. It's okay to just be. It's okay to do nothing. And I think that's what fatherhood is. Learning that you don't have to do much. It's primal. Because I think a lot of fathers, even when I was watching that show Lost, I forgot his name, but the black guy, I know, terrible. But the guy that was on the boat, he was with Sawyer and Jin, I think so. I think that's the guy's name. And he had lost his son, Walter. I think his name was Mike. But and he killed Hurley's girlfriend. But this is Lost, by the way. If you're into Lost, you know. But he kept trying to be a better father when all you have to do is be there. That's it. Just be there with your presence. Be there with your want to be there. Be there with your love, your confidence, your peace. And a lot of that has to start with internal reflection. So that's my thoughts on fatherhood. Be present. Be there. You know what I'm saying? Be there. I don't think I'm going to cut anything out of this. I like when my videos are just raw. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the editing. I edit when I feel like it. Y'all like raw and authentic anyway. So that's the algorithm. But that's fatherhood for me, man. And I got older, a little story time real fast. I got older and my father had came home from jail. Guess he was living that street life. Uh, and he came home from jail and he gave me a call. And You know, he wanted to take me out, do things. It's like in his mind, he had so many things he had to make up for and do. Probably things his father didn't do with him, probably things he thought were fatherly. Uh, and he was kind of, I wouldn't say forcing it, I give him half and half. Kind of like pushing the idea, like, oh, damn, I can't even drive a red Range Rover because, you know, that might be gang related, associating gangs with colors. Not knowing that the law of attraction, that mindset attracts that. So you can like red and not be blood or 1090 or hat or whatever the case you want to go with. Uh, so that was one conversation. Then I ended up working. I was working at Classic in Hell's Kitchen. Shout out to them guys at Classic Security. My boy Hameen, Brian, uh, Jamel. Remember my quick story time, my boy Jamel, cool ass guy, man, cool ass guy. I used to work at Classic Security and we used to do overnight together, right? And when we used to do overnight together, bro had like a beard type shit. And they was telling us that we had to shave that shit. So there used to be a supervisor named World. He was mad cool. He used to be in his own world, like no pun intended. He left and they made Steve. Steve is like a dick. You understand? Steve was cool, but he was so pedantic that he had no spirit when he gave across the pedantics. So let's just say, for example, if he's talking to you, he doesn't know how to relay a message concerning your job with some type of spirit or relation to you in the moment. So ninjas used to always disrespect Steve type shit. Feel me? He even switched me from the morning schedule to the morning schedule. I cried about that because I love my overnight. I used to watch movies overnight and shit, right? So, my boy Mel, Steve told him to cut that shit. One night, the big boss had ended up working there. You hear what I'm calling it? The big boss. Happy I'm out of that work mindset. He stayed that night to do fire safety, and I guess Steve put him on. Mel passed by, and he was like, "Yo, take your mask off," because it was winter. Bro took his mask off, right? He had the whole beard. So bro asked him, he was like, "Yo, what's this?" He was like, "Nah, I had just shaved it yesterday, but it really grew back because I'm Indian." I was like, "Yo, shout out to my boy Mel." You know what I'm saying? They kind of let him go type shit. But you know, he's probably still doing good. You know, he was a great hustler and a great rapper. But yeah, the Indian shit, I knew he wasn't gonna fly for that. But yeah, man. Anywho, he had called me while I was on post at Classic, and I picked up. He said he wanted to come see me, but the thing with security is you got to get relieved. I didn't get relieved that morning till late. That's probably the universe. He said that he couldn't reach me because I didn't have my phone on me. I had it downstairs. He was like, "Yo, I'm gonna go see my other kids." I guess he felt the way type shit, so he decided to express that. And that was kind of the last time I spoke to Pops. You know what I'm saying?